Good morning, Year 2. Today is Tuesday, the 2nd of February 2021, and this is our second writing lesson on our persuasive letter to Sir David Attenborough. Today is a really important part of your learning because it's the research and planning stage. So today you are going to be just planning the key notes, the key points of your letter, and also setting up what a letter should look like. It actually has a format that we have to use, and that's what we're going to be working on today. So on the Padlet, there is a PowerPoint showing you the basic layouts of a letter. And I would like you to look at this. And then on the blank letter planning template, I would like you to fill in the information using your best handwriting. So this is what you will see. I will run through it now, but if you'd like to do this in your own time, then you can pause the video now and go off and do it by yourself. So the first thing, there are some really important things to remember when writing a persuasive letter or any letter. But in this instance, you have to have your own address, the address of the person you're writing to, a greeting, the full date, some information about the topic to persuade your reader, and then closing the letter with your full name. So you can see the generic layout. I've colour coordinated it. This isn't something you would normally do in a letter, but I thought it would make it a little bit easier for us to work together. So on your blank planning template, which looks a bit like this one here, as we go through this, you're going to fill in the right information in the correct place. So the first thing is your address goes on the top right-hand side of the letter. Now, if you don't want to put your own address on this, that is absolutely fine. You can put the school address, which is written on the screen now for you to copy beautifully in your best handwriting. Remember that for proper nouns, i.e. names of places, we have to use a capital letter. So Billingshurst Primary School, Station Road, Billingshurst, West Sussex, all begin with a capital letter. And then a postcode is written completely in capital letters. Please fill this into the top green box now on your plan. Okay, in the next box, we have the recipient's address. The recipient is the person that we are sending it to. We are going to be sending our letter to Sir David Attenborough. And as you can see on the screen now, there is his address. So in the pink box on your plan, could you please write Sir David Attenborough, 5 Park Road, Richmond, Surrey, and the postcode. Remember again, capital letters for all of the proper nouns. Next, just under your address, you have the full date. So today is Tuesday, the 2nd of February, 2021. This needs to go just under your address. And finally, as we said, we're writing to Sir David Attenborough, so we're going to start our letter on the left-hand margin, Dear Sir David Attenborough, and then a comma goes after it. If you were writing a letter and you didn't know the person, you could just put Dear Sir or Madam. Okay. However, we do, so we're going to use Dear Sir David Attenborough. You can copy that off the screen now. Okay, so this bit is the bit we're going to be working on today, our persuasive arguments. And on this plan that you're writing on at the moment, it is just a plan. So there is no need today to write in full sentences. You're just collating your ideas all together, ready to write tomorrow. You're going to open with your reason for writing. Okay. You can then go on to your key points that you chose yesterday, your 2 or 3 key points that you want to talk about, with the level of detail about each one to really persuade Sir David Attenborough. And then at the end, you're going to conclude. You're going to do a summary of what you've spoken about in the letter. And finally, at the bottom, you either put yours sincerely or yours faithfully, and you sign your name so he knows who it's from. Here is an example letter for you to look at. So this is a letter that's been written to the Prime Minister, and there's going to be a few things that we're going to pick out. So I'd like you to pause the video. I'd like you to look at where the red lines are and see if you can work out why I've chosen those bits in particular. Do you know the names for any of these things? Is there anything that stands out for you as being particularly persuasive? So read the letter with your adult and then pause the video, have a chat about it, and then come back ready to discuss it with me. Okay, so there is lots of points here that I've picked up. So just a couple that I'm going to point out. I've started with I. I am extremely concerned. It's something that you are passionate about. This will automatically make the reader of your letter think this person knows what they're talking about. They're really interested and they're really committed to this. Vocabulary such as extremely concerned makes it seem like a really important issue. It makes it feel like you are passionate about the catastrophic effects that illegal gold miners are having on the Amazon rainforest. And I, again, that personal pronoun, I am writing to you to urge you to act now and stop this brutal destruction. Surely you must be aware of this devastation. Fatal diseases are being spread and people and animals are dying. If this does not stop immediately, there will be a worldwide implication. So here I've picked up the vocabulary, urge, extremely, devastation, and then I've used words such as stop. Really powerful words. They need to stop doing this, otherwise it's going to destroy the world. There's 3 points here, and there's a few throughout this letter where I have used a question mark. These are called rhetorical questions. I'm expecting the reader to think about the answer, but I don't actually want a reply. I take it that you are aware of the Yanomami tribe. They are an innocent group of people who live peacefully and sustainably in your country. Cruel people are aggressively chopping down their homes. Only you have the power to stop this happening. How would you feel if some nasty people came along and brutally destroyed your home? So here I've really got these questions to make him pull on his heartstrings, make him really feel sorry for these people. I've also used an exclamation mark here. We looked at these last week. The power of this piece of punctuation really makes it feel powerful to the reader. In my next paragraph, I've gone on to my second reason and I've started it using the second reason. So they know I've got one reason here and this is my second one. The second reason that you should evict these illegal miners is because of the declining amount of oxygen levels. Were you aware that we need oxygen to survive? Now, I would hope the Prime Minister would know this, but it's a good question to throw in to make him really think about the implications of what I'm speaking about. By letting those horrid people destroy the rainforest for their own selfish reasons, you are contributing to the decline of oxygen on our planet. Furthermore, another word I've taken off my persuasive word map, this is as well as, furthermore, this significantly leads to the rise of global warming, contributing to many natural disasters and ultimately the death of many more innocent people around the world. I've then gone on to my conclusion. In summary, this must stop. It is obvious what you need to do. You have to evict these cruel people causing deforestation in your country. Yours sincerely, and I would sign it. So you can see here, there is lots of really persuasive language. On the Padlet, there is a persuasive language word map for you to use. This will help you think about how to structure your letter, sentence starters and some vocabulary that you might like to try out. For today, I would like you to take the opportunity now, using the blank plan, to complete filling in this information if you haven't done so already. When I'm planning, I like to see clearly what I'm doing, and I've chosen to split my yellow part, my main body, into 3 parts. A smaller introduction, a smaller conclusion, and a larger main body where I'm going to put my key points. This will help me when writing tomorrow. You can do this now if you want to. So we're now going to look at the main body of our letter. I'd like you to grab your notes from yesterday and start reading out your top points again. In the yellow box, I would like you to write some notes about what you plan to include. So, for example, if you've chosen to talk about deforestation, you might want to talk about the people who live here. Or if you've chosen to talk about the melting ice caps, you might want to talk about the effects this is having on the animals and then becoming extinct. In the yellow box of your plan, I just want you to write the main points and the information, the detail that goes with it. You'll have 2 or 3 of those based on what you picked yesterday. In your introduction, I would like you to use the word mats to pick the sentence starter you are going to use. I am writing to you. I am talking to you about. I want to make you aware of. And then start using that to develop your introduction. And finally, in your conclusion, you need to write down the 2 or 3 things you're going to summarise and what you expect Sir David Attenborough to do to help you achieve this. Okay, it's now time to stop the video because my part is done, and it's now over to you, ready to plan your writing. Do this in a way that works for you. If you don't have enough space, you could just use blank paper to help you out. This isn't a problem, but don't write in full sentences because that's what you'll be doing tomorrow. Have a great day planning. We can't wait to see your plans on email, and I look forward to leading you through the shared write tomorrow when we come to write this into a proper letter for Sir David Attenborough. Have fun.